We're going to talk to Gareth Wynne-Jones in a moment. Kemi Badenoch's coming up in a little while as well. We've got some questions for her. If you've got any more for her, do put them to us. We'll try and get them to her. Here's Donald Trump talking to Keir Starmer yesterday about farming.
Well, we ended the estate tax. There is no estate tax on farmers. So when a parent leaves their farm, because again, a lot of these farms, they don't make a lot of money, but it's a way of life, and they love their way of life, and they love that dirt. That dirt is the most beautiful thing they've ever seen. They love it. I mean, they're farmers. They love doing it. They don't know how to do anything else, but they don't want to do anything else. I speak to farmers. I say, would you like to live in my penthouse in Manhattan? It's the most beautiful. No, sir, I want this farm. Now, what happens is, I mean, we were losing a lot of people to suicide. They'd borrow money to pay the estate tax, and they were not able to pay it. And some banks are ruthless; they wouldn't do anything, and they would end up committing suicide. We have totally ended the estate tax in those situations, so there's no estate tax. So when a parent leaves the farm to the kids, they don't have to worry about their local, possibly unfriendly banker coming in and stealing their farm.
I mean, you know, Keir Starmer says he gets it, but he doesn't. Donald Trump does get it, though. Let's talk to Gareth Wynne-Jones, a farmer, of course. Gareth, very good morning to you.
Yeah, Bonada, how are you?
Yeah, not bad. Bonada, as you say. Quite refreshing to see a leader like Donald Trump actually understanding what it is that you guys do.
Very refreshing, you know, and it's nice to hear that he's got the backs of the people that are feeding him. And literally, Keir Starmer looked like a rabbit in the headlights. He didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
And this is the problem. They haven't got an understanding of the agricultural businesses. You know, we have a 1% return of what we're producing. You know, these subsidies were put there for people to have affordable food. Food inflation is going through the roof. We're losing land to rewilding. We're losing land to solar farms. We're losing land to construction and building and roads, you know, infrastructure. We need them, but we need to be protecting our food security in this country.
Yeah.
And if they say this climate crisis is on the horizon, well, you know what? We're not going to be getting food from other countries across the world. We need to be protecting our food system. And there's a massive hike in food inflation. They reckon by 2050, food inflation will go up at least 34%. And we're seeing it on a weekly and monthly basis, Mike. And this is a global problem, okay? We have a global shortage of top quality protein, which is red meat, lamb and beef across the world. So it's not going to just appear from anywhere. You know, there's been a global agenda by the WEF and the UN to reduce the number of livestock because we've been blamed for the problems in the so-called climate catastrophe. And they are searching for this dream of net zero and trying to reduce the number of livestock, which is an absolute joke. People are going to go hungry, and people won't be able to afford good food that comes from farms, and they'll have to go and look for processed rubbish which are produced in factories, which is going to make people ill, which is going to cost millions to the NHS in the long run. Build a better Britain on our bellies, Mike, and starting with the farmers.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. We're going to leave it there, Gareth, because we're out of time for today, but we'll get you back on soon. Gareth Wynne-Jones. Build it on the bellies of the British people, you know. Make people work, make people eat good food, and support the farmers and stop taxing people all over the place. That's the trouble. There's too many taxes. The money's all going to the wrong people. And this is a disaster for Keir Starmer, a disaster for Britain.